Hello and welcome my viewers. In today's video I am going to take multiple choice question answers on poetry section part 2. I will cover up 3 ages: 18th century poetry, okay, then precursors of romantic revival, that is age of sensibility and romantic age. You know, 18th century poetry is also known as neoclassical poetry in England or Augustan age. It starts from 1700 and it ends 1745. And the major poets of 18th century poetry in England are Alexander Pope, John Dryden, Samuel Johnson, and Samuel Butler. Then, precursors of romantic revival, the age of sensibility, are James Thomas, Thomas Gray, William Collins, William Cowper, and William Blake. And in the end, romantic age poets are William Wordsworth, S.T. Coleridge, Lord Byron, P.B. Shelley, and John Keats. Okay, you must know major works of these period. Okay, 18th century most famous book is The Rape of the Lock, written by Alexander Pope. Then Absalom and Achitophel, written by John Dryden. Hudibras, again written by John Dryden. Then Vanity of Human Wishes, written by Samuel Johnson. Similarly, in the age of sensibility, famous works are The Castle of Indolence, written by James Thomas, Elegy written in Country Churchyard. Okay, it was written in 1751, very important work. This question is there in many exams. It was written by Thomas Gray. Then Ode to Simplicity, The Task, written by William Cowper. Songs of Innocence and Songs of Experience came in the year 1789. Okay, the year of French Revolution. These were written by William Blake. Okay, then Preface to Lyrical Ballad was written in the year 1798 by Wordsworth and Coleridge jointly. Inter Nabe and Ode on Intimations of Immortality were written by William Wordsworth. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner and Kubla Khan, written by S.T. Coleridge. Then Child Herald, Pilgrimage, and it was written by Byron, and Ode to West Indies, important work of P.B. Shelley. So in video of 3 minutes, I have covered major poet of these 3 ages and their important works. Now let's take multiple choice question answers on this period of poetry one by one. First question. The epithet Augustan was first applied to John Dryden by. First answer is William Blake, second is John Milton, third is Samuel Johnson, and Alexander Pope. Okay, E option I forgot to give. So Augustan name was given to the poets of 18th century. Okay, it was given to Dryden, and the poet who gave this name to the poets of this age, it was Samuel Johnson. Okay, Dr. Samuel Johnson gave this name to the poets of 18th century. Now question number 2. Who wrote The Rape of the Lock? Year of publication was 1712. A mock epic poem. Remember, The Rape of the Lock is a mock epic poem. It is a work of Alexander Pope. B is John Dryden, C is Samuel Butler, or third is Samuel Johnson. Remember, Rape of the Lock is a mock epic poem written by Alexander Pope. Okay, Alexander. Remember, The Rape of the Lock was written by Alexander Pope in 1712. Now question number 3. Who said the proper study of mankind is the man? This is a famous quotation written by none other than Alexander Pope. First option is Alexander Pope, second is John Milton, third is Samuel Butler, and fourth is Samuel Johnson. So answer here is Alexander Pope. Question number 4. Dryden the medal a personal style is aimed at. First option is James Thomas, second is Earl of Shaftesbury, third is Tories, fourth is Samuel Johnson. So John Dryden's The Medal is a personal satire on a famous figure of this age, Earl of Shaftesbury. B is the correct answer. Now, next question. Question number next. Samuel Johnson, Samuel Butler, Hudibras satirizes. First option political parties, Whigs and Tories. Second is Puritanism. Third is Samuel Johnson, and fourth is all the above. So this work of Samuel Butler satirizes Puritanism. Okay, C is the correct answer. Now question number 6. A satire is a composition that satire means to expose weaknesses of the people, shame of the people. व्यंग को बोलते हैं. It uses laughter as a weapon. Second is used as a corrective of human voices and folly. It ridicules the falling rather than the individual. And fourth is all these. So all these are there in satire. D is the right answer. Laughter is there. Okay, the writer wants to correct human voices and follies. Okay, ridicule is also there. Now next question. John Dryden, Absalom and Achitophel is a dash personal satire. Second is political satire. Third is satire on Middle Ages. Fourth is all the above. Here John Dryden, Absalom and Achitophel, which was written in 1781. Okay, it is a political satire. B is the correct answer. Now question number 8. When was Thomas Gray's poem Elegy written in Country Churchyard written, which is a deep reflection of the poet on the universal theme of death? So when was this famous elegy written? Written by John Thomas Gray. Okay, years are given like this: 1742, second year is 1743, third is 1751, D is 1745. So here C is the correct answer. It was written in 1751. Question number 9. The precursors of romantic movement don't include. Okay, precursors of the romantic revival. Okay, I want to take you back to my table made at the very beginning. Okay, remember, those who are new to literature, in the 18th century or in the neoclassical poetry, many satires were written in heroic couplets by different poets like Alexander Pope. Okay, their poetry deals with the fashionable folks and bellies of that age. Then romantic age poetry deals with humanity. Okay, humanity, or the poor people or the humble people or the rustic people working in fields or laborers. And precursors of romantic revival, okay, their salient feature were between both 18th century poetry and romantic poetry. Okay, they were a link between the 18th century poets and romantic age poets. Okay, though they used heroic couplets, but just love for nature is also there in the poets of the age of sensibility. That is why I have made this table to make you better understand these two topics. Now let's come to the next question. Precursors of the Romantic Revival don't include, okay, James Thomas and James Macpherson, William Blake and William Cowper, Robert Burns and William Collins, and D is William Wordsworth, S.T. Coleridge and Robert Southey. Okay, William Wordsworth, S.T. Coleridge and Robert Southey are romantic poet. They belong to romantic age and they are also known as lake poets. Okay, so D is the wrong answer. D is the right answer here. The precursors of romantic movement don't include William Wordsworth, S.T. Coleridge and Robert Southey. Now question number 10. John Milton's poem Lycidas came in the year 1637 Mons. Okay, this poem is an elegy and I want to tell you I have made a very beautiful video on famous elegies of different poets, and there is always definitely a question on elegy. Okay, so everyone must watch this video. It is available on my YouTube channel, Easy English NCERT E-Learning with Chandrapal. Okay, I have not taken all the elegies in my multiple choice question answers because I have already made this video. You must watch it. It is a must watch video. Yes. Now, John Milton's poem Lycidas 1637 Mons, King Edward, his college friend, his beloved. Okay, third option is his father and fourth option is wife. So this poem was written as a it was written to mourn John Milton's college friend King Edward. Okay, that is why I have included John Milton's poem here in this section of my video, in order to remind you that you have to study all the elegies. Okay, next question, question number 11. Which is not a salient feature of the poetry written in the 18th century? Use of heroic couplet, love for nature, use of satire, and following rules laid down by the ancient. Okay, so B is the correct answer here. Love for nature is there in the poetry of romantic poets like Wordsworth, S.T. Coleridge, John Keats. Okay, it is not feature of 18th century poet. Actually, 18th century poets were composing their poems according to the rules laid down by great ancients. Okay, great ancient Greek poets. Okay, question number 12 now. William Blake's Song of Innocence and Song of Experience came out in the year 1766, 1789, 1787 and 1800. Okay, this important work of William Blake came in the year 1789. Okay, remember this date is the date of French Revolution. Okay, and the Romantics were influenced by this historical and political movement of the age. Okay, popularly known as the French Revolution. Now, question number 13. Tiger, Tiger, Burning Bright appears in, okay, Song of Experience, Song of Innocence, Political Sketches, the Book of Origin. Okay, these are works of William Blake. ये William Blake के वर्क हैं. Okay, question number 13. Answer is Songs of Innocence. Okay, Songs of Innocence. I forgot to tell you that answers are, I have already made answers for you. I want to show you, and at the end of my video I will show you all these pages. You can have a screenshot of these answers. Okay, question number 13. Songs of Innocence. Now question number 14. Blake dictum that Milton was a true poet and of devil's party without knowing it appears in. Okay, this is the statement written by William Blake on John Milton. Actually, this question is a bit difficult question. Actually, later on, exam for PGT teacher is also going to held. Okay, then they will say me to make video on multiple choice questions. Then I have to take some difficult questions also, but I don't want to waste my energy twice. Okay, so I have taken some difficult questions also to help PGT teachers. Now question is, William Blake dictum that Milton was a true poet and of devil's party without knowing it appears in Milton. Second is Marriage of Hell and Heaven, Jerusalem. D is Europe. Okay, here B is the correct answer. Now question number 15. Lyrical Ballad was published in the year 1800, 1798, 1789, 1802. Okay, Lyrical Ballad published twice. Okay, one date you must remember 1798. Okay, and the second volume of Lyrical Ballad was published in exactly in the 1800, in which S.T. Coleridge was S.C. Coleridge's name was also there. Okay, it published some poem of S.T. Coleridge and some poems of William Wordsworth. And William Wordsworth contributed 19 poems during the second volume of Preface to Lyrical Ballad. Question number 16. Preface to Lyrical Ballad 1800 was published, written by S.T. Coleridge and Wordsworth. B is Wordsworth alone, C is Wordsworth and Southey, and D is Lord Byron. So here second volume of Preface to Lyrical Ballad, just I have told you, it came in the year 1800, and S.C. Coleridge and William Wordsworth were the joint writer. Okay, this is the most important question so far as Romantic Age is concerned. Publication of Lyrical Ballad in 1798. Okay, 1798. Now question number next. Michael of Wordsworth was included in Lyrical Ballad, was not included in Lyrical Ballad. C option is was included later in Lyrical Ballad, and D is was never included in Lyrical Ballad. Okay, so this poem written by Wordsworth was included in Lyrical Ballad later on. Okay, C is the correct answer. Now question number 18. Which of the following poem of Wordsworth was a part of Lyrical Ballad? First is Immortality Ode. Second is Kubla Khan. Kubla Khan is not written by Wordsworth. Okay, it is written by S.T. Coleridge. Then Christabel, and then D is, C option is Christabel, D option is Tintern Abbey. Tintern Abbey is famous poem written by William Wordsworth. It was also included in Lyrical Ballads. D is the right answer. And students, you must read this poem of William Wordsworth because it give you a better understanding. It will give you a better understanding of William Wordsworth as a nature poet. In this poem, he talks about 3 stages of his love for nature. Okay. Now, I will not go in detail of this poem. Question number 19. Bliss was it in that dawn to be alive, but to be young was very heaven. Okay, very heaven. These lines from Wordsworth refer to American Revolution. Second is French Revolution. French Revolution took place in 1789. Remember, Glorious Revolution 1688, and Industrial Revolution. So these line appears in one of William Wordsworth poem, and these line refers to French Revolution 1789. Now question number Next, 20th question. The Prelude of William Wordsworth was published in this poem. Publication date is also there in exam. 1850, 1805, 1815 and 1801. Okay, this poem, remember, was published after Wordsworth's death. Okay, William Wordsworth was born in 1700 and he died in 1850, and it was published posthumously in 1850. Okay, 1850. Now question number 21. The Prelude is an epic of Christianity, second self, third society, fourth war. So Prelude is an epic of the poet himself. Okay, it is an autobiographical poem. B is the correct answer. Question number 22. Browning's poem The Lost Leader was written when? Wordsworth. A option, returned from France. Second, published the Prelude. C, became the poet laureate. And D option is left the Lake District. Okay, Browning, Robert Browning, we will study in our next section of poetry. He is a Victorian poet. Victorian poetry we will study in the next video. तो ये जो पोएम है द लॉस्ट लीडर, इसको रॉबर्ट ब्राउनिंग ने विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ के किस बात के ऊपर लिखा था? जब वो फ्रांस से वापस आया, या फिर जब उसने प्रिल्यूड को पब्लिश किया, या फिर जब वो पोएट लॉरिएट बने? अब पोएट लॉरिएट है वो बने थे विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ, रिमेंबर, 1743 के अंदर. ओके, 1743. Left the Lake Districts. Okay, here C is the correct answer. This poem was written when William Wordsworth became the poet laureate of England. Now question number 23. For whom did Browning say, for a handful of silver he left us? Okay, he से अभिप्राय किसका है? एस.टी. कोलरेज, टेनिसन, बायरन, वर्ड्सवर्थ. Okay, here for a handful of silver he left us, he means वर्ड्सवर्थ हेयर, बिकॉज वर्ड्सवर्थ उनको छोड़ करके चले गए थे जब वो पोएट लॉरिएट बने थे. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 24. हु डिफाइंड पोइट्री एज स्पॉन्टेनियस ओवरफ्लो ऑफ पावरफुल फीलिंग रिकलेक्टेड इन ट्रैंक्विलिटी? ये पोइट्री की डेफिनेशन है, किसने दी है? मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है लिटरेचर का, हमेशा याद रखना. ये विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ ने ही स्टेटमेंट दी है अपनी प्रीफेस टू लिरिकल बैलेट के अंदर. पोइट्री स्पॉन्टेनियस ओवरफ्लो ऑफ पावरफुल फीलिंग्स रिकलेक्टेड इन tranquility. He gave his theory of diction. Okay, he gave his theory of diction, popularly known as theory of diction, in preface to lyrical ballad. I have studied this work in detail during my MA course. So here C is the correct answer. Now let's proceed to question number 25. 40 question, about 40 question I am going to take in this video. Okay, video is a bit long in the sense that I don't want to leave any important question कोई रह ना जाए, छूट ना जाए, इसलिए वीडियो थोड़ा लंबी हो जाती है. Who among the following heard the still sad music of humanity? तो these lines are from टिंटर्न एबे. टिंटर्न एबे की ही लाइन है, तो ये वर्ड्सवर्थ पोइट है इसका. D is the correct answer. Now question number 26. To me the meanest flower that blows can give thought that do often lie too deep for tears. These line from which of the following poem? Tintern Abbey, In Memoriam, Deduction and Ode, Immortality Ode. Okay, so here question number 26. In question number 26, D is the correct answer. Okay, these lines are from Immortality Ode. Immortality Ode का second title है Ode Written on Intimation. Okay, now question number 27. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner was one of the poems Coleridge contributed to lyrical ballad. How many poem did William Wordsworth contribute to the volume? Okay, I have given answer of this question earlier in this video. 11 poems, 17 poem, 19 poem, 15 poem. Okay, so 19 poems were contributed by William Wordsworth in preface to the lyrical ballad. Now question number 26. Which of the following poem of Coleridge was conceived as a dream? हम कॉलेज की तरफ आ रहे हैं, वर्ड्सवर्थ के क्वेश्चन हमने कर लिए हैं. तो ड्रीम की फॉर्म में कौन सी पोएम लिखी गई थी? क्रिस्टेबल, द एंशिएंट मैरिनर, डिडक्शन एंड ओट, कुबला खां. ओके, डी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. कुबला खां वॉज रिटन in the form of a dream. Next, which of the following poem of Coleridge uses the myth of Lamia and vampire? vampire भूत वगैरह होते हैं, तो उसके ऊपर लिखी गई पोएम कौन सी है? क्राइस्टेबल, द राइम ऑफ द एंशिएंट मैरिनर, फ्रॉस्ट एट मिडनाइट, द नाइट्स टॉम. ओके, so correct answer of this question is B option, the rhyme of the ancient mariner. Now question number 30th. Who created willing suspension of disbelief in his poetry? तो ये जो पॉपुलर फ्रेज है ये कौन से पोइट का है? विलिंग सस्पेंशन ऑफ डिसबिलीफ कौन लाता है अपनी पोएम्स के अंदर? एस.टी. कोलरेज, आर्नल्ड, टेनिसन, वर्ड्सवर्थ. So here S.T. Coleridge is the correct answer. Now next question, question number 31. Which poem of Lord Byron made him famous overnight? Okay, Childe Harold, English Bard and Scottish Reviewers, Hours of Idleness, Seas of Corinth. Okay, so first A is the right answer. Okay, Childe Harold Pilgrimage. Okay, full title is Childe Harold Pilgrimage made Lord Byron famous overnight. Next question, which of the following poem of Byron is considered his greatest? तो सबसे अच्छी पोएम कौन सी मानी जाती है लॉर्ड बायरन की? प्रिजनर ऑफ सिलियन, डॉन जॉन, बेपो, विजन ऑफ जजमेंट. ओके, सो मोस्ट फेमस पोएम ऑफ बायरन इज डॉन जॉन. बी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 33rd. Who wrote Necessity of Atheism, due to which he was expelled from the university? तो Necessity of Atheism किसने लिखा जिसके कारण से उसको यूनिवर्सिटी से निकाल दिया गया था? लॉर्ड बायरन, ब्राउनिंग, हार्डी, शेली. सो द पोएट वाज हियर शेली, P.B. Shelley. Okay, he is considered as a revolutionary poet. Okay, he was not he did not follow the ideals of Christianity. ओके, क्रिश्चियनिटी से वो ज़्यादा संतुष्ट नहीं था. P.B. Shelley. Now question number 34. Shelley's Queen Mab is one of his middle poems, early poems, later poems, posthumous poem. Posthumous poems are those poems which publish after writer's death. So here B is the right answer. Queen Mab, written by P.B. Shelley, is his early poem. Next question number 35th. Which of the following works of Shelley is a poetic drama on Achilles? तो poetic drama है. फर्स्ट ऑप्शन इज अलास्टर और द स्पिरिट ऑफ सॉलिट्यूड. ओके, सब टाइटल्स की भी वीडियो है वो मैंने बना ली है. अलास्टर का जो सब टाइटल द स्पिरिट ऑफ सॉलिट्यूड है, पीजीटी के क्वेश्चन, पीजीटी के कैंडिडेट्स के लिए बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है, पेपर में आ सकता है. चिंची, ओके, देन रिवोल्ट ऑफ असलाम, प्रोथमस अनबाउंड. ओके, सो ड्रामा, दिस पोएम इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ए पोएटिक ड्रामा. डी इज द राइट आंसर, प्रोथिमस अनबाउंड. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 36. इन विच पोएम ऑफ P.B. Shelley द फेमस कोटेशन इफ विंटर कम कैन स्प्रिंग बी फार बिहाइंड, किस में आता है ये? टू ऑटम, टू ए शाइलार्क, द क्लाउड और टू द वेस्ट विंड. So those appearing for PGT, they must read these poems in detail Okay, and those who are appearing for UGC NET exam, they must read all these poems word by word, okay, because deeper study of these texts is required for higher exams. If winter comes, can spring be far behind? Is the last line of Ode to the West Wind. D is the correct answer. Now, question number 37. Shelley wrote his elegy and Adonais on the death of Keats. B option is Byron. C option is Scott, Walter Scott, and D option is Southey, Robert Southey. Okay, E option is also given. If you don't want to give answer, then you can mark your answer D to save yourself from negative marking. So Adonais is written by P.B. Shelley on the death of John Keats. Remember, John Keats died very young. He was born in 1795 and he died in 1821. Okay, in the same way, Shelley also died very young. He was born in 1792 and he died in 1822. Okay. Similarly, Lord Byron also did not have a very long life. Okay. So remember their year of birth and year of death. Question number 38. Our sweetest song are those that tell us saddest thoughts come from A option Keats, Shelley, Hardy, Arnold. किन की लाइन है? तो this quotation is from P.B. Shelley. Okay, B is the correct answer. Now question number 39. Which poem of Keats opens with a thing of beauty is a joy forever? Okay, this poem is there in the syllabus of plus 2 class. Okay, CBSE. Endymion. Second is Ode on a Grecian Urn, Ode to a Nightingale, Sleep and Poetry. Okay, Ode on a Grecian Urn, Ode to Nightingale. Okay, these are very important poems of English literature, and those students who want to study literature deeply for these exams, they must read these poems. Okay, a thing of beauty is a joy forever is first line of Endymion. Okay, A is the right answer. Now we are coming towards the end. Question number 40th. Keats' Hyperion is written in the epic style of first Homer, second Virgil, third is Milton, and fourth is Spenser. Okay, it is written in the style of Milton. C is the correct answer. Now question number 41. If poetry comes not as naturally as the leaves to a tree, it had better not come at all. This statement comes from, तो ये कोटेशन किसकी है? जॉन कीट्स, विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ, एस.सी. कोलरेज और शैली. ओके, तो दिस कोटेशन इज फ्रॉम जॉन कीट्स. ओके, ए इज द राइट आंसर. एंड लास्ट क्वेश्चन, हु वर द लेक पोइट्स? लेक पोइट्स कौन है? ड्राइडन, पोप, जॉनसन. ओके, ग्रे, कॉलिन, बर्न्स. थर्ड इज टेनिसन, आर्नल्ड, ब्राउनिंग, and D is Wordsworth, Coleridge and Southey. Answer of this question I have already given to you. Okay, Wordsworth, Coleridge and Robert Southey are known as lake poets. Okay, but you also remember Dryden, Pope and Johnson are known as 18th century poet. They are also called neoclassical poet or poets of the Augustan age. Similarly, Tennyson, Browning and Arnold are poets of Victorian age. Okay, Tennyson is regarded as representative poet of the Victorian age, and Gray, Colin and Burns are the poets of the age of sensibility from 1745 to 1798. Okay, so this is all about today's video. I do hope that my video will be very helpful to all of you. Okay, if you like my video, share it with your friends. Okay, also write your comments about my answers that I have chosen for you and what you want in my in your next videos. I will try my best to complete your poetry section in my coming video. Okay, I will try to cover up Victorian age and modern age, last 2 ages. Okay, thank you very much and have a nice day.